The civilizations of Lemuria and Atlantis perceived the zodiacal sign of Pisces as the chamber or womb of the Holy of Holies for humanity. The Holy of Holies was the name given to the most central chamber in the Temple of Solomon, which contained the Ark of the Covenant at that time. However, this term was also used by the Lemurians and Atlanteans to denote the innermost center of any sacred temple, as well as the sacred center of each human being. Within the sign of Pisces, the purification of the soul is begun. The soul enters the Holy of Holies and stands before the altar of the Lord. Here it supplicates itself and submits to the purifying waters of love to wash away the incrustation of the soul's past sojourns in the karmic sphere of life. Long before Christians used the sign of the fish to represent Jesus Christ, the Vesica Pisces was the symbol for absolution of karma through the greater love which emanates from the universal Christos into the human experience. The Vesica Pisces was the all-encompassing womb of holiness which embraced the unborn, ignorant, and prepared them for an illumined birth. The Lemurian Atlantean archetypal symbology for Pisces was a woman immersed in the sea, the upper portion emerging from the sea and appearing to be a part of a mountain. In some of the imaging, she was holding a pearl, uplifting it to the heavens. The symbology is thus: the woman, feminine aspect, representing the emotional body, raises up out of the sea of the lesser emotional realm, extending the well-earned pearl of great price or gem of wisdom to the cosmos. The pearl, which is initially created by impurity, is nevertheless the sphere of pure illumination that is manifested as a result of the soul's journey of experience through the worlds of matter. By offering the pearl up to the heavens, so the soul unites the seed of purity in matter with the soul of the seed's purest and most ultimate expression. From the Immaculate Conception, grace is born from the womb of the fish. And now I wish to just add some to this particular sign. Virgo offers the personification of grace, and Pisces is the vessel for that germination, the period of finding the illumination within to receive grace. In one period of Lemuria, in the land of Galatia, there was an especially beautiful and profound temple of the womb. Now, these temples were always by the sea, as was this one, but this particular temple of the womb was really incredible. The name of the temple was Parsmana, and people came from all over Lemuria just to be in the presence of this temple. To be able to enter the temple, one had to go through sort of a pre-initiation process. And then if you were granted entrance, there was a whole nother experience that awaited you. Not all temples of the womb were like that. Most of them were open, and people could just come and receive. But this was a very special one, and for that reason it was kind of the pinnacle. Because the temple was near the sea, as all temples of the womb were, there was a particular area near Parsmana in the ocean where the Klaxic clams, that's a tongue twister, but the Klaxic clams were mined, harvested, and these particular clams were enormous. Within them, the pearls were enormous as well. And these pearls had a beautiful iridescent look to them. They could be very white, some were blue, some were black, but the iridescence was the beauty of them. These unusual clams also could sing, not with vocal cords, but with a motion they made in their bodies, sort of a almost a breathing thing that they did. And it was only done at the end of their life cycle. And so the fishermen would go out and listen on the ocean at the approximate time of year for this ending life cycle pattern that caused the singing. And they'd know where to dive for the clams. Now, other clam pearls were harvested as well, and usually they waited until the end of the life cycle, but those clams didn't sing for them. Understand that the temples of the womb were in a much later period of Lemuria, or Mu as it was truly called, because the actual time the continent of Mu existed with human beings upon it was a vast period of time. The beautiful pearls from the giant clams were taken into the temples and adorned. They weren't worshipped, but they were, symbolizing the purity of life in the human spirit, undergoing trials, tribulations, and yet surviving all of this to become uplifted to the heavens. The name of these very special pearls was Novia, which meant illumination of life.